Hey yo, what we're saying is your boy AJ, and today's video is actually going to be a little bit of just a quick discussion video. So, as you guys know, pretty much, the Zenkai Awakening units, should I say, have slowly started to see a decline in terms of their, not so much value, but in terms of their usability. So, for example, back in the day, you know, we had LF Super Saiyan 2 Gohan get a Zenkai, we had Android 18 get a Zenkai. Those two names alone should trigger some PTSD for some of you, man. I know that for a fact. But over the last couple of Zenkais, I'd like to say since possibly Purple Broly, movie Broly, maybe, or just after LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku got his Zenkai, the Zenkais since then, namely Yellow Final Form Frieza, that was like, whoa, he was like, what, second week of the game? Something like that. You also have, at that time, Red Metal Cooler. There has been the Purple Turtles, which pretty much spurred me really to make this video, the Zenkai Turtles anyway. GT Kid Goku, which I haven't even Zenkai'd because I just don't think that's worth it. But the main topic of this video I want to discuss with you guys is basically, are Zenkais worth it now? So, back in the day, let me just show you what I mean. So, back in the day, you know, a Zenkai unit, when they first introduced it, so there was, there was Red Super Saiyan Goku, Green LF Beerus, and there was one more, I think it was Blue Broly, the literally the second banner of the game. I think they were the first three Zenkai units, if I'm not mistaken. And they did it differently, where you did missions. I think I still actually have the missions for Beerus, because I don't have my Beerus 7-star yet. I know, I'm a day one player and I don't have Beerus even Zenkai'd. So, yeah, these are the missions that they gave you. So basically, you limit break the character to 7 stars first. As you can see, I haven't got my Beerus at 7 stars yet. And you then basically had to use them in fights, upgrade their friendship level to, I think, level 10, I think it was. Back in those days, level 10 friendship grind was a real bad one. Let me just tell you that for free. And then yeah, fight with the character a certain amount of times. It was like 20 times, then 30 times, then 40 times, then 50 times. They did make it easier eventually by letting you just use, so say for Beerus, for example, it was use God Key units. I think for Goku it was use Saiyan units. For when they had Purple Gohan on here, the Super Saiyan 2 one, it was just use Hybrid Saiyan units, so they made it easier with that. And then when you do get them Zenkai'd, it was only Zenkai level 1, and then you had to spend crystals to get the rest of their Zenkai levels. Now, back in the day, for you, those of you guys that remember Zenkai from the beginning, you had to spend about 14k CC just to get a unit to Zenkai 7. That's a lot, but the units of that time, maybe at that point in time, warranted it. So like, for example, LF Gohan, like Android 18, they were at that time, they still are probably some of the best units in the game, namely because of their Zenkai. Now, they then changed it to where it cost considerably less crystals, namely you do 1,000 crystals and you pretty much get them Zenkai level 1 already. I didn't mean to go on that, I meant to click on the summons. So for example, if I were to go down here onto the summons tab, and if I were to go to, let's just see the first Zenkai that comes up, which should be Turles. Yes, the Turles. So 1,000 crystals, and you basically have the best chance to get is the 100 piece. So obviously 10 of those gets you 1,000 Z power, gets you an extra level, but you also get 100 freebie with every multi in case you do get a couple of 70s, which, you know, can happen sometimes. Sometimes it's happened a case where you get shafted and get a bunch of 70s, and then even the freebie doesn't give you the free Zenkai level 1. You have to then do another single summon. So they've made it so much easier. You roughly spend around, at max, I would say 7,000 CC to get a Zenkai 7 unit, which isn't too bad. They have also, since a while ago now, they introduced this. I can't remember exactly who it was, but they introduced these Zenkai Awakening booster missions for units to basically spend 2,000 Chrono Crystals. You get tons and tons of Z power of the unit. I think you get enough to, yeah, so through 3,000 Z power, which is enough to get them to not red stars. It will get them to 7 stars, I believe, and then you get a Zenkai level 1 boost there. So obviously, if you didn't have the unit at all, or if you had the unit say around 6, maybe even like red 1, and you want to kind of push it towards that red 7 mark, that's probably a decent deal. I did that for, I think I did that for purple Broly. I did that for blue Gogeta. I did it for a couple of units because it was a decent deal. And now some of the some of the earlier Zenkai characters are now in the Zenkai Space Time Rush Medal Shop. So these little gold ones you can exchange up here. You can exchange for LF Zenkai units, or the Z Power, sorry. You can exchange for some of the early ones. So yeah, they got the Goku, the blue Broly, purple Vegeta, green. This green Broly and this blue Goku we're giving out pretty much for free through the story mode and through special missions and stuff like that. Majin Buu is still actually a decent one, and then you've got Goku Black, Gohan, Cooler. Trunks has only just been brought in, and so they made it very, very easy. You can get, I think you can get 15 of these gold rush medals when you do the whole Ultra Space Time Rush per time. So you can get 1,500 Z Power, Awakening Z Power per 2 weeks. So for example, if you had, let's just say for example, this Cooler right here, because LOE is kind of making a comeback with the LF Freezer. If you have this Cooler at 7 stars and you haven't even spent a single amount of CC in Zenkaiing him yet, you can go into the shop, and every 2 weeks you will get 1.5 Zenkai levels. So it will take you roughly just over 2 months to get basically a free Zenkai 7. And then with these other Ultra Space Time Rush medals you get, these little blue ones without the gold border, you can use them to spend on the Zenkai souls. This is where I get my Zenkai souls, because it's probably the best exchange rate, I would say, and you get tons of these per time you do the Ultra Space Time Rush. So with Turles, they introduced 3 missions to basically get him Zenkai 1 for free. Now, if you guys know anything about me, I don't necessarily. I have said this in a couple of videos before when I've been showing off Zenkai units. I pretty much just get them to Zenkai 1 and then stop. Like, I just get their base buff, if you know what I mean. So, for example, Red Gogeta, when Red Gogeta came out, he was like one of the earlier meta-breaking Zenkais. I just got him to Zenkai level 1, and I've done the dailies. When his banner comes back, I've done the dailies on them ever since, and I think I've got him like Zenkai level 5 now. So that is a really, really good option to do, is the dailies on the ones that you do want. You don't have to spend them on every single Zenkai banner, because then you're spending about almost 200 CC per day to just do on dailies, which I wouldn't advise. So they brought out missions just before this update we had like a couple of days ago, with the LF Freezer banner and all that sort of stuff. And with that set of missions, you'll be able to get 1,200 Awakening Z Power for this Turles. So you can see mine is at 1,230 because I've done one mission of the new set now. So they basically gave us they gave us Zenkai Z Power for free. Now Turles, I personally, been through playing PvP, have not run into any Turles whatsoever. He's not he's okay. He is okay. That is literally it. He is runnable. Put it that way. He's not meta breaking. He's not game changing. He's not. You need to run a unit on your team. He is fine. So, is this the future of Zenkai, where they will give us basically the first level of Zenkai for free, and then we look at it at that point, and then that will maybe tempt some people to go in and summon, and I say summon, it's guaranteed you're going to eat that Zenkai power. Would it entice you to summon and get more Zenkai levels, or should they just leave it at giving us the info for the character and then letting us make our own mind up? It's a very tough topic. I feel like if they did this for every unit to get Zenkai from now until the end of the game, just imagine when a unit like, I don't know, for example, let me just say, for example, Green Movie Gogeta, the one that came out with the red Janemba. Not a very good unit, but if he was to get a Zenkai, it could be pretty good. Could be pretty good. Could you see this game giving us free Zenkai level 1 Gogeta? Probably not. But the fact that it's Turles, and let's just have a look at some units. Let's just have a look. Let's just go through. Let's just start from here. Okay, let's just Cell. Perfect example of a unit that could do with a Zenkai. He was a monster back in the day. They probably could give us free Zenkai power for that unit. Rose Goku Black. The very first Goku Black Rose in the game. Do you think they're going to give us Zenkai power for free for this guy, considering most people will have him at 14 stars if you have summoned a decent amount on the game? Probably not. Probably not. I would not be surprised if it did. Let's just have a scroll down a bit there. Here we go. Green, transforming future Gohan. Would they give him free Zenkai power? Probably not. He's a hybrid. He works on hybrid and future, two of probably the best teams in the game. Highly unlikely that he will get free Zenkai power through missions. I don't know. The fact that they're making Zenkai units now so what's the right word here? The right word, it's not like underwhelming. I wouldn't say it's balanced either. I'd say they're basically giving, I personally think anyway, like I said with this Frieza, when this Frieza got Zenkai, they gave his base card that he is at this moment in time, well, pre-Zenkai I'm speaking, they gave that card more of a buff, and then his additional abilities that you can unlock through Zenkai level 3 and Zenkai level 6, they were not as big buffs, personally speaking. They weren't as good as past Zenkai units' extra unique abilities have been. So you kind of can only spend 1,000 on the guy, Zenkai level 1 him like I have, and he's good. He's okay. He's runnable, like Turles, runnable. Doesn't get, absolutely cream pied in two hits unless it's by LF Gohan, but that's not the point. But yeah, the way I see it, as long as they continue making Zenkais like this Frieza, like Turles, like I'm trying to look for an example, but they're all, some of them are okay. I mean, like this Red Trunks. He came out just after the 2nd anniversary. He came out pretty much almost a year ago today. Almost. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure on the time, but he came out just after 2nd anniversary because people were memeing the fact that he was getting his Zenkai and he was a red unit, and Vegeta Blue was just running riot in that meta. This Vegeta, this Broly was, I think, where it all started. This Gogeta, for Christ's sake, the Gogeta, people were wanting him to get a really, really good Zenkai. His Zenkai is fine, it's okay, it does its job. And then you have the Zenkai Super Saiyan 4s, are pretty good. I'd say they're a bit more higher than the other ones, but yeah, you can see most of them are just level 1. And then EX Zenkais are a different story, but I mean, I haven't even barely done this guy. The Demon King Piccolo, he's barely done. And then obviously there's not any Zenkai units down here, obviously. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think this is the future of Zenkai, where basically they give us some Z power, Zenkai power for free. Even if it's just 1,000 to get them to Zenkai level 1 like they did with Turles, even though they're giving us Zenkai level 2 free with Turles. Fair play. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if this is the future of Zenkai, whether they're going to tease us with Zenkai level 1 and 2, give out free Z power for them just so, people can enjoy them being Zenkai'd, and then that might give people the incentive to go and get more Zenkai power. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get myself out of here. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, because it is, as always, very, very, very highly appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.